But I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that.
The damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law, and the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under the jail.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up. He done. Tank is done. Period.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore? Or not?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solo, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
When the news broke that Gervonta Tank Davis's fight with Jake Paul was officially canceled, the boxing world went silent. This wasn't some routine postponement or another behind-the-scenes contract issue. This time, it was something far more serious, something that could end Tank's career for good. Just days before the fight, a civil lawsuit dropped like a bomb. The lightweight champion was accused of domestic abuse, kidnapping, and assault. And within hours, everything fell apart. Jake Paul's team backed out, Netflix cut the cord, and the entire event collapsed before it even began. This fight was supposed to be massive, the biggest crossover spectacle boxing had seen in years. On one side, Gervonta Davis, the sport's bad boy and knockout artist. On the other, Jake Paul, YouTube's self-made showman who turned himself into a legitimate draw in combat sports. The hype was insane, the money was huge, and the eyes of both boxing and entertainment fans were locked in. But overnight, the buildup turned into chaos. Right now, it looks like Gervonta Davis might have lost everything he built. His reputation, his payday, and maybe even his future in the sport. So what really happened? What do these new allegations mean? And is this truly the end of Tank's career, or just another scandal in a sport?
1 foot out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money he got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making 500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What? He gone.
All started just 2 weeks before fight night. Gervonta Tank Davis was deep in camp, training harder than ever for what was supposed to be a record-breaking Netflix event. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Miami. Millions on the line. Then everything changed. According to Miami-Dade court filings, Davis's ex-girlfriend, Courtney Russell, filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of battery, aggravated assault, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. She claims Davis attacked her at her workplace, a club in Miami, and says it wasn't the first time. The lawsuit details at least 4 previous incidents where Tank allegedly assaulted and choked her. Russell is now seeking compensatory and punitive damages, saying she's being treated for PTSD after the alleged attacks. Just like that, what was supposed to be Tank's biggest moment in the spotlight turned into a legal nightmare.
Hey, Tank Davis, the fight is in jeopardy. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his 4th or maybe 5th allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential replacements.
That incident was enough to send shockwaves through Jake Paul's entire camp. Within hours, panic spread behind the scenes. Jake's own company, Most Valuable Promotions, tried to get ahead of the story, releasing a statement the next day claiming they were investigating the matter. But the truth is, that investigation didn't last long. Less than 48 hours later, it was all over. They quietly shut everything down and officially announced that the event was canceled. Their statement read, asterisk, while we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan still remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. Asterisk in simpler terms, they cut ties with Tank fast. No hesitation, no second chances. And honestly, that's not surprising. If this were Tank Davis's first run-in with trouble, fans might have given him the benefit of the doubt. But it isn't. Over the past few years, his issues outside the ring have nearly overshadowed his brilliance inside it. No matter how dominant he is when the bell rings, it's his off-ring chaos that keeps stealing the spotlight, and this latest incident might be the one that finally changes everything.
Tank Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegation
on domestic violence charges after a viral video surfaced showing him grabbing the mother of his child by the neck during a charity basketball event, a shocking moment that spread across social media within hours. The footage painted a picture that was hard to defend, and it instantly became one of the most talked about controversies in boxing. Then, in 2022, Tank found himself in trouble again, another arrest, once more related to domestic violence allegations. Although the case was eventually dropped, the damage to his reputation was already done. Each time something like this happens, it chips away at the image of one of boxing's most gifted fighters and makes fans wonder if his talent inside the ring will ever outweigh the chaos that seems to follow him outside of it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
2023, the year that really made people start to wonder if Tank Davis was losing control. He was sentenced to 90 days of house arrest and 3 years of probation after being involved in a hit-and-run accident that injured 4 people in Baltimore. It was a serious case, and even though he avoided major jail time, the headlines were brutal. That incident alone had fans questioning whether Tank was spiraling out of control. The talent was still there, no one could deny that, but his decisions outside the ring kept pulling him deeper into controversy. Things got even worse when he violated the terms of his house arrest and ended up serving part of his sentence behind bars. For a fighter once seen as boxing's next superstar, it was another moment that made the public question whether he could ever truly separate greatness from self-destruction.
He got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
You know, I mean, hey. Look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your that's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man. Yeah.
Now, here in 2025, things have taken an even darker turn. A new lawsuit has surfaced, one that threatens to completely destroy whatever's left of Gervonta Tank Davis's reputation. The moment those court documents became public, everything shifted. The story wasn't just about another scandal, it was about whether Tank's career could even survive this one. Jake Paul's promoter, Nikisa Badarian, wasted no time responding. He released a firm, no-nonsense statement on behalf of Most Valuable Promotions, saying that MVP unequivocally condemns any form of violence and would be disassociating from the fighter entirely. It was a decisive move, a public distancing that sent a clear message. Whatever loyalty or investment they once had in Tank Davis was gone. For a fighter already walking a thin line between fame and fallout, this lawsuit could be the final blow to a career that once looked unstoppable.
Goes through the parking lot and in the face, and it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
It's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober.
It was immediate and striking. Netflix pulled the promotional teasers it had already filmed, erasing Tank's presence from a platform that was supposed to elevate his profile even further. Showtime, which had previously collaborated with him and supported his fights, went completely silent, refusing to comment or continue any planned partnerships. It was a clear sign of how quickly doors were closing. Once seen as a rising star with massive opportunities, Tank suddenly found himself isolated. Sponsors, networks, and promoters were all stepping back, unwilling to attach themselves to a fighter whose offering controversies now threatened to overshadow everything he had accomplished inside the ring.
On November 14th, it is not happening in 9 days' time in Miami on Netflix, and I don't think it's ever happening. So if you weren't a fan of this fight, I think you got your wish. Now,
Davis went from being at the center of one of boxing's biggest planned events to losing it all in a flash. The November 14th card in Miami, which was set to be Netflix's next blockbuster after Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, is now completely scrapped. This wasn't just a canceled fight, it was millions of dollars walking out the door. Reports suggest that the total purse for the event exceeded $20 million, with Tank himself guaranteed an 8-figure payday. That money, the exposure, the career momentum, all of it vanished almost overnight. In the world of boxing, opportunities like this don't come around twice, and for Tank, this loss isn't measured in rounds or knockouts. It's measured in millions.
Pick up the phone, champ. I've been calling you. Pick up. Let's make the fight happen. Pick up the phone, man. Stop playing.
His future now hangs by a thread. Jake Paul's team didn't waste a single moment. According to reports, Most Valuable Promotions is already moving forward, planning a brand new Netflix headliner for December. They're looking at a range of potential replacements, and the names are big. Ryan Garcia, Nate Diaz, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, and even Francis Ngannou are all reportedly on the table. The message is clear. The show must go on. Jake Paul and MVP are determined to keep the momentum alive, proving that in this business, opportunities don't wait, and if one fighter falls, the next star steps up to take the spot.
How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed. We're sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some 8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He know. He laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything. You know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm gonna show you and him. Bet.
Paul's business instincts have always been razor sharp. He knows how to turn controversy into headlines, hype, and ultimately promotion. But this time, he's taking a different approach. He's keeping his distance. We stand against violence. The show will go on, but not with Gervonta Davis, a Netflix spokesperson said. Those words hit hard. Netflix is one of the most powerful media companies in the world, and for them to publicly step back from a fighter isn't just a career setback, it's a personal blow. When a platform like that distances itself from you, it's no longer just about missing a payday or a fight. It's about defending your name, your reputation, and everything you've built. For Tank, the stakes are higher than ever, and the fight isn't just in the ring anymore. It's for his legacy.
Like in the ring, and was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and like you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Wild to see how quickly everything unraveled. Just a few months ago, Tank Davis was being celebrated as boxing's next big superstar. Even with a controversial draw against Lamont Roach on his record, his raw power, star appeal, and marketability made him seem untouchable. Add in his connection to Floyd Mayweather, and it looked like nothing could slow him down. Fans and insiders alike were already projecting big fights, massive paydays, and a legacy that could rival the greats. But in the blink of an eye, that image began to crumble.
Versus Gervonta Davis fight has been canceled because of new charges that came up on Gervonta. You heard it here first. Hit the thumbs up on the video. Make sure you share the video. The fight is off as we know it right now. Stay tuned.
Everything going for him. Crossover potential, mainstream fame, hip-hop endorsements, celebrity fans, and a social media presence that kept him constantly in the spotlight. He wasn't just a boxer. He was the face of a new generation, someone who could bring boxing to a broader audience and dominate both in and out of the ring. But now, this could be the knockout he can't recover from. And it's not about getting dropped by an opponent in the ring. It's about being knocked down by an entire industry. What's really worrying fans and insiders is that this isn't just a PR nightmare. It could spiral into a criminal one. While the civil lawsuit might only be seeking damages, the details could trigger criminal investigations if prosecutors decide to step in. The accusations are severe: aggravated assault, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. All of them carry the possibility of prison time if proven true. And because the alleged incident occurred in Florida, a state known for strict domestic violence laws, Tank's legal team is on high alert. Right now, neither his lawyers nor Tank himself have made any statements. His social media has gone completely silent. No training clips, no interviews, no explanations. For someone who once built his brand on aggression, confidence, and being constantly visible, that silence is deafening. The boxing world reacted immediately, and opinions are split. Some are calling for accountability. Others are shocked at how quickly his image has crumbled. One thing is clear: Tank Davis's future in the sport and his legacy are now hanging by a thread.
All right. Deal with this officer from your rear. All right. Damn, what?
Out of the law, the right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law. And the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserves to be under the jail.
Tank is done. Tank is...
5. Gervonta Tank Davis carried a record of 30-0-1 with 28 knockouts, an almost flawless resume that promised greatness. He was poised to be the face of the lightweight division, a once-in-a-generation puncher with power and explosiveness reminiscent of Floyd Mayweather's prime. Fans and analysts alike expected him to dominate for years, bringing excitement, star power, and big-money fights wherever he went. But over time, it became clear that Tank's toughest opponent